The man, graphics rogue, the game, Rome 2, the mode, online. That's my garden! So today I'm trying some tips from Oakley from THFE Productions. He's a Rome 2 Total War YouTuber. Check him out if you want, he's pretty cool. But he had a video showing a kind of tactic that has things, that has the formation similar to Hannibal's and Cannae, kinda. And the tactic he uses is kind of similar to my thought and philosophy, that what I sometimes used, but he solidifies it and he focuses it better than I do. He really puts some hardened life to it. He's got the philosophy of mine where I usually keep my guys compact in a kind of box formation, but he's got this tactic nailed down. He said it isn't foolproof, and no tactic is foolproof, but I have not lost a battle yet using this formation and these tactics where you keep the box around your forces and you keep the spearmen all around your infantry and all around your army, and you basically have missiles up front. You're trying to drag people inward, get them inward to a curving bow. You're trying to get the enemy dragged into your guys. And the cavalry can't do anything. They can't flank you because you got cavalry and spearmen all around you. And you try to get them in so you can get guys around them and flank them and hit them from the sides. They can't flank you. But if you're pulling them into your bow, then you could really put some hurt on them. That's kind of what his thoughts on the formation is. It's a really good formation. And I wanted to show you the first video I took of this formation, me using this formation of my first battle, and it worked pretty well for me. So I'm moving my guys ahead. I'm using Egypt. I've got Carrion Axeman as my general because I just wanted to have another general unit. You usually, for this formation, you have about 4 swordsmen in the middle, about 6 spearmen, 4 pikemen and 2 spearmen on the sides. You got your cavalry in the back. And their focus is to just keep all enemy flanking forces back. You have an answer. You're supposed to have an answer for everything they send at you. So my enemy is Pontus, and he's got his army all across the map. He had them in 2 positions at one point, and then he moves them a little close together, but he's splitting them all up for the most part, and stretching them a long way across the map. He plans to flank me, and he thought some of the battle might have been on that side, but I moved on this side, and I'm trying to stay wary of his position because he looks like he wants to go all around my guys. He wants to completely flank me, hit me from the sides. He doesn't even look like he wants to touch my middle, but I want him to. So I'm moving my guys up a bit. And I'm going to try to see if I can draw him as many of his people as I can in the center. And he's got his far flanking forces out there on the left. He's moving them far. He sees my formation and he's wary. He's moving up slowly. So I'm moving my guys to the side to meet the biggest force. The biggest force should be in front of me. And he's got the flanking forces to the side. They're ready to come in and attack me at his will, but that's what my spearmen and cavalry are for. My spearmen will hold them back. Cavalry will go around to destroy them. He's got his main forces focused at my front. I got my missiles in the front to mess with his missiles, try to take them out and try to mess with some of his guys, draw them in. If I could draw them into my infantry, I move my missiles back behind my infantry. Then I get him in a pretty wet situation. Now I'm moving my pikemen on the side there to block his flanking force there. I'm moving my cavalry all around. The side. I'm going to move my general up to the left to help with the flanking defense. And I got to stay wary of this whole thing. The way, from when I first did it, the way it looked, he did not look like he wanted to fall for my trick. And I was trying to hit some of his guys over there by the side, but they were getting too close, so I moved them back. And he does not look like he wants to fall for any of my tricks. He's not falling for any of my shenanigans. So that's when I decide to push my infantry forward to attack the troops that I got him on. I'm gonna flank him around with my cavalry, and hopefully I can quickly knock out those units, and bam, that one unit got smashed hard, hammer and anvil style. I'm moving those 3 right spear flanking units to defend against anything that got against me on the other side, and I am flanking hard as two units over there. I had not let him get around them. He wanted to get around those units, but I did not let that happen. Now I'm moving my general up to that unit over there, and I'm going to hit him in the back with that other cavalry unit. But he's sending his cavalry units behind to try to support, along with some infantry units. And from the look of it, he is not moving his main infantry toward my main infantry at all. He's keeping them away, and he's keeping his missile units aimed on that one infantry unit. I noticed that, so that's when I decided to try to move them up. I see he is not bothering to try to hit my main force. He wants to deal with the flanking forces, so I start to move my main center line up to try to stop those forces from hitting my flanking force. My flank defense force, I should say. He is moving them in. He's got this cavalry around, and they are ready to smash my guys from the back. He's ready to help defend his guys. But I'm gonna try to send some of my cavalry out to attack that guy, but he hit him hard with that diamond hit, or whatever it was, triangle or diamond. So I'm moving my infantry up, and my missile units. I'm trying to get rid of his missile units because they're causing me some pain. And we got that guy totally surrounded. We cut off a couple of his units all, and he's popping some abilities off. My guy doesn't really have any abilities for him. A carrying axeman is pretty shit on abilities. And I accidentally popped that stupid thing up, I don't know why. And I'm starting to, one of my infantry unit on the right is starting to waver, but his missile units is starting to waver too. I'm focusing the fire on his missile units. Hopefully I can knock him out. I knocked one of his infantry out, so I'm going to charge that with one of his missile units with my infantry. And hopefully his infantry and missile units on the right will be completely wiped out soon. I'm holding him back here, and I've got a few of his units, he's got a few of mine. But we are holding him back. He's got some hard pikemen on me, keeping me back. And my units are just getting held there by his pikemen there. I think he has bronze shields. I'm pretty sure he has some bronze shields. So those guys are no longer needed over there. We've won the fight on the right, so now we're starting to flank up and roll the center up. We're going to move those guys in and just roll up that center and keep moving left. And he's moving his general unit all around. He's going to try to flank my center force with his general cavalry. He's moving them back there. And I've almost got one of his big units surrounded. Now they're wavering. They're wavering pretty bad there. Moving back, getting a nice scene of the desert battlefield. The sands run red with the blood of my enemy this day. And friends, things are not looking good for the enemy right now. Now if you see that was a cut because the video had messed up the recording, a lot of flickering and pausing. Something messed up the recording, so you lost about a minute of time, but nothing much really happened. Everything was at a stalemate. Pretty much. We lost a couple of units, they lost a couple of units. A couple of their units came back in the back there. Their general units just hammering away at some of our units, but they're losing a lot of men. We're trying to surround a lot of their troops. Their bronze shields are really holding up and really hammering away at my guys. A lot of my guys, I think early in the battlefield I forgot to take off the defensive formation, and that made me lose a lot more men than I had to. But we're starting to roll them up. This battle is nearly over. And we are giving some good bloody fun to our enemy here. Now this was my first battle with this tactic. I had similar tactics I was using before, but this is way more refined from a tactic from Oakley of THFE Productions. It is really cool. I'm congratulating my guy. The tactic works really well for me. This was a good match, a good opponent, a fine opponent. He fought well. And the tactics I used really helped me, and I think they will really help me in the future. I've got a few more videos using this tactic. And like I said, so far I have not lost once with it. So if anybody wants to check out his video on THFE Production. Check out his tactic video. It's really cool and informative. Really helps me out. Hope it'll really help you out. This is Graphics Rogue, and I will see you next time. Peace.